Curious if you buy into this at all, especially you, Amy K. New research finds that adult women might be more gossipy than their younger counterparts. So, like, adult women in, like, the workplace are more gossipy than, like, high school girls. Do you agree with that?
I 100% agree with this. I think the older you get, the more you want to. You just want to know about everything going on in everybody else's life. There was a girl I was talking to just this past weekend, and she's in high school, and she was talking about how they're gossiping, and she said, I just can't wait till I get older, and it's not going to be like this. I said, honey, it gets worse.
I was going to say, that's a sad thing, is we're always told, like, oh, don't worry, high school, you leave high school and high school. I feel like it haunts you.
Well, I think what happens is the circle becomes bigger because it's just you're in high school, so that's your bubble. Then when you grow up, you got your friends, so you got Zero's wife's bubble, you got Jada's bubble on my end, then I got Steven's bubble, so I tell you, you tell, and then it just expands.
Yeah, your friends, your family, and then you got coworkers, and it just keeps going and going, and there's all this going on, and it's kind of interesting, because I think then you get older, and you're like, there's not really much going on in my life, but wait till you hear what's going on in their life.
So let me ask you this. Do you feel like, you think of, like, your group of girlfriends from high school, do you think, like, the group of women you talk to in the office, it's more gossipy then, for sure, than it was then?
Okay. So, yes and no. But I would say my group of friends from high school, we've just gotten worse. So
it's just carried on, that same group of people.
Something happens. We're in a text message. They'll say, did you hear what happened to Cassie? Or did you hear what happened to And then we just keep going.
Hey,
on.
what did happen to Cassie? I'm so curious.
Oh, not good.
I'm curious now.
How much time do you have?
Do you agree that women are more gossipy as they actually age? Hello.
Women are telling you that the most important thing they talk about is men when they go out. That's a lie. The most important thing they talk about is other women. It's true. They'll even talk about women they're out with when they go in the bathroom and, in their group, and then go out and act like the best friends.
All right, so it's not like gossipy stuff about, like, men. It's gossipy stuff about other women. Is that kind of what you agree with that too?
Yes and no. I think it's just about whoever. Think about when you guys were younger. Do you remember being at, like, a family function and hearing your mom with your aunts gossiping?
Aunts?
Sure, yeah.
And you'd just be like, oh, and you didn't really know what was going on, but you kind of wanted to listen because you wanted to hear what are they talking about. I guess maybe it's just as a girl.
That might be a female thing, because I do not remember doing that.
I've heard it before. I didn't participate in it.
You don't participate. But see,
you hear it when you're growing up.
You hear it, and then it just continues and continues.
Or texting people being like, oh, yeah, it definitely gets worse as women get older, for sure.
Yeah. People are saying if you thought it was bad in high school, it definitely happens. Most of them, though, still haven't mentally left high school yet. Disagree. No way. I think it's just for things to talk about. Someone else said, I've had coworkers who like to gossip a lot. I try to stay out of it. However, that's only at work. Outside of work, I will still gossip.
You just got done talking about a high school group text that you're still in.
Yeah, I'm still with my high school group friends.
And you've how many years removed have you been from high school? So you still keep up with that gossip?
Do I keep up with the gossip? Is that what we're going to focus on? Or are we going to focus on how strong of a bond and a friendship we still have?
Strong bond.
A good friendship going there.
Because of the gossip.
So more gossipy as an adult. Do you agree with that? Hello?
Yeah, of course we do that. It's usually about guys. I work in a doctor's office, so most of the men, all the men are doctors, so they're all a little bit older. They got cash.
Yeah, they got that money, talking about the money. I buy into that.
A little bit older.
Who's Dr. Smith dating? That kind of a thing. I'd probably buy into that a little bit.
Said that like you were looking for a sugar daddy or something.
Do guys gossip, though?
Absolutely. Well, we don't really gossip. We just elaborate on stories.
That's gossiping.
Yeah, but...
I mean, I'm sure there are guys that do. I don't find myself in a lot of that kind of conversation around here, to be honest with you.
I was going to say, I don't think so either, but...
Not even with you two, but think about outside of this.
Yeah, but if you're just telling stories, which I don't... It's not like, oh, did you see Amy K was out again drinking? No,
That's
usually
gossip,
that's probably what I'm talking about.
You're not telling us. That's what I'm going to start saying. But it's not gossip. I'm just telling a story.
Did you see Amy K's out there drinking? We'd be more like, I could have went and had a drink with Amy K. Did you?
Yeah,
Oh,
sure.
you didn't? Like, Zero, you didn't? gossip talk. We just tell stories.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to start saying too.
Conversation.
You buy into that? You think it gets worse as women age?
Oh my gosh, I have the worst work environment ever, yes. Oh, it's working with catty women. God, I just want to be left alone.
Text Club basically saying, yeah, it does get worse.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying it gets worse. Someone said, oh, yeah, it's really a hard habit to break. Someone else said, I feel like 90% of my family functions are just people gossiping. Someone else said, at my work, they just gossip like there's no tomorrow. I think everyone would just be mute if they were not allowed to gossip. That is the only talk they have. And somebody else said, I think it's just normal conversation that gets ingrained. You start it when you're younger, and the older you get, the more people you know. So you just have more to talk about.